during this time of the novena of Our Lady, of our mother and of our sister. I'm not very sure what you have gone through, and especially when this tough moment, but I believe by the fact we are on this call, our mother has been your guide, our mother has been chatting with you, our mother has been accompanying you in a great deal. And it's for this reason I come also with this input, as we agreed with the council, that we need to keep us working together as a family. And I always want to bring to your attention what is really current to us, what is really causing us some pain from day-to-day life. And this is what I say I should bring it before our Mother Mary so that she can intercede for us, that we can get a remedy and do something. And all this is about when we look into what we have had in the news in the recent. I want to believe that all of us, we watch news or we, in a way, follow to some extent. On this area, I want to talk about young people at our homes. Something that is really paining me, something that is really paining every other parent. We have had several cases of child getting pregnant. We are getting our young people losing it. We as parents, the worst was when it was announced that we are going to stay with them until next year. Now, together we want to kind of reflect on what we need to do and how we need to help each other in witnessing, in listening, in empowering the young people around us so that we can give them the best. In my new book, those who didn't know, my new book is here. I have it. Now, chapter 2, I talk about changing the perception so that you can help the young. Now, today we want to talk about child-parent relationship. Maybe you may not know why this is important to me, but you're going to know it as we keep discussing. I picked this. When you get your copy, you will have the reference, so you can take the notes which you can, but once you get your copy, you can go through and get all that I'm going to share with you. It's all from page 36 to 40, in fact, where I talk about child-parent relationship, because we are realizing as those who care for the young people are crying. How many of us, wherever you are, have had young people cry? Even right in your houses, right in your neighboring. Yes, I didn't say that you are not struggling, but I cannot equate your struggles as with that of the young people. So I want to share with you some 10 tips on how to get a step to help a young person, or you can still better help somebody who is crying next to you. We agree that tears, yes, are a part of life, but when they are not understood, they make us lose it. And that's why today I want to invite you. Point number 1. Are you able to recognize the tears of the people around you? Because one thing I always believe, and I've always sought from our Mother Mary, is for her to hear the cry of the children in the world. When we talk about tears, they can be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. When do you shed tears? It's when things are not right. Now think about the lives of the young people. When would they shed tears? When they are missing something that is essential, they need more in their lives. We need to help them. We need to wipe their tears. But the first people who have the responsibility to do that are the parents. So let's talk about, you have heard me talk about this novena, about the innocence of our Mother Mary. I want to talk about most people who shed painful tears, that as number 2, are the innocent. Remember, Carmelites are a call to witness in the ministry of the people. Now, who are the innocent around us? The innocent are the children brought to this world, but they have no attention from those who brought them to this world. It's as if no one cares for them. It's even your parents having brought you up and you cannot take care of them. It's when an employer cannot take care of his workers. The list is endless. We need to start identifying who are the innocent around us for us to see how can we respond to them. Innocence or innocent suffer because maybe they don't know their rights. Maybe they seek enlightenment. Maybe they need someone to hold them, their hand, and walk them. And that's why I want to invite you, when we have recognized the tears of all those who surround us, look at their innocence. Like now, take the example again of the young people. When we talk about pregnancies, the sad thing we have heard, even from the researchers, most of the pregnancies of these girls are from even those who are supposed to take care of them. How sad is that? It's from people who are immature, who are taking advantage. So sad. So, if point 2, we recognize who are innocent, for me to step to be there for them, to guide them, to show them concern, then we need to realize what will be pushing me as an individual to be there for these people. Because I want to be a parent to them. How many of us have godparents? Do you know you are godparent in baptism? When did you meet them last? You will tell us. What do you think of the people you have become a godparent? How much follow-up do you make? Are you there to guide them? Even right in the Carmelite family, we all know you either joined by introduction to this group. Now, if somebody introduced you, are they there or they brought you and they left? We need to ask that. Now, if you are a godparent, I've said this in my book, a parent is a caregiver of the offspring of their own species. In human, a parent is a caretaker of the children. Now, if that is what a parent should do, now a godparent should also be a caretaker of what? Of spiritual needs. How conscious are you of the needs of the people around you? If today I didn't care about your needs, do you think I was to be on this call? Not so. But because with the council, we are always thinking about you, here we are to talk to you, here we are to encourage you, here we are to invite you to join us in the greater mission. Are you ready? Because we realize from biological parenting, you can be a parent by carrying that baby, or by participating to the conception of the baby. But we have other categories of parenting. Think about surrogate mothers, those who adopt children, and the common phenomenon we are realizing today is grandparents taking care of their grandchildren. Who can deny that? How many of us who are grandies here and you are finding yourself taking care of your grandchildren? Where are their parents? How responsible are they? Maybe, in some cases, they seem to be busy doing other things in their professions, which is okay. But don't forget the Swahili saying which says, mtoto mleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. Literally translated, the way your child is reflects the upbringing. Now, take a moment, look at your children. Do you think they reflect your involvement in their upbringing? Do you regret sometimes the way your children behave? Do you go to question on what you should do so that you can correct what has happened? I don't know. But one thing I can tell you, you will never judge the children who sometimes I call innocent. Because point number 4, I want to talk about the nature of the children or the nature of anyone who is in need of our care. Dr. Raura Markham said this: "A child in his right mind will test the limits." That is his job. Look at that. That children or the youngsters or the people struggling, they are trying to test things. We are a Carmelite once again. We have been reflecting on the values, the lessons we have learned from our mother. Today, in fact, I recorded something about being a true companion. What do you think if today you are looking for a companion in your life? What would you expect of a companion in your life? The best companionship is when you allow somebody to just be there. Yeah. If that is what we look for, companionship, ask yourself, how many times do you give space to the people around you? Like now, when we are this lockdown, how many people have been fed by you because you locked them, even their space? They will not be able to breathe. We need to question that. Kids or whoever want to grow, I'm using this, any young person, anyone who comes to us for guidance, they need to be given that space for exploration as we watch them. Because, as Dr. Raura says, what they need from us is security. Can you be able to assure them you are walking beside them? That I will challenge you. If that is the case, then let us realize as all team members, we all need to be supported. There is no one who can succeed in taking care of a group, of a family, of anything if there is no support. Now, the easiest support, and I've written in my book, God hasn't just sent you to do His work in the lives of the young children or the young people or those who depend on you. He will use you. He will use you in their lives to show them how to advance. Now, we need to realize that we need to show young people how to advance, how to move from point A to point B. And this I always say, especially those of us who are spiritual parents, take it seriously. Yes, you may be so devoted, you may be so spiritual, But remember, your spiritual children may not be like you. Did you realize that? You don't need to give up. You need to give them their space. So that when you try to help them and you feel that you are reaching your limit, remember this, there is somebody next to you. Like now, as a family, we are here. I'm responding to you. You can always get someone to consult on how to deal with these needy people around you. What a responsibility. And if that is the case, point number 6, after seeking support, is when we create understanding. Now, let me tell you, there are people who think that they know it all. If you are seated with somebody, can you turn to them and ask them whether they know it all? Even in our communities, by the way, when we gather, we find challenges because we have some of our brethren who think that if they have not said, things should not work. Now, hear this, if you are a parent. I'm quoting this. Parenting has nothing to do with perfection. Perfection isn't even the goal. Not for us, not for our children. Learning together to live well is in an imperfect world, longing and loving each other despite of all that we go through. Now, look at that. Can you be able to think of loving somebody despite the imperfections that they have? It's a challenge. It's not easy. Now, if I am there as a parent, if I'm there to change or help someone grow, I need to understand them where they are. You can't give me the best unless you take time, to look what I really need. Understanding is a gift. Do you seem to understand people around you? Point number 7, when I feel that you have understood me, we will have a pond. There are those of you who have heard of this call, we joined because we have a pond. In this case, it's a spiritual pond. We expect much more when we keep chatting with different groups of people. And this, I want you to have a pond with all your spiritual children. If today, me and you, we take it seriously, we go around starting helping those people, we are their spiritual parents. We can substitute the effort of their parents and help them become better. Imagine we are roughly 400 heading to 500 third order members. If every one of us was to get into their serious encounter with at least 10, how many young people would we have started mentoring? At least more than 4,000. Now, if we keep that influence, what do you think we can cause sometimes to come? When we pond, we grow. And when we grow, we become better. Point number 8, yes, it will be a challenge and you should never let go. Keep soldiering on. By the way, let me tell you, if today you find the reason why you should step to be a godparent to someone, it's because you want to be committed to their growth. But if you have another reason, keep off. I humbly request you to keep off. But if you are geared to give them the best, you allow them to grow, to explore, to become, you would have helped them. I want to believe that is what I'm helping you to realize. Commitment to what we are geared to is all we look forward. And that's why when you try and things get tough, point number 9, take courage. Take courage. I said how our mother endured all that she went through during this novena. As you struggle with all those who are around you, take courage. And lastly but not least, never give up until you give it up to Him. Never give up, by the way, until you have helped someone to grow, to be transformed, to become better. That is what challenge I have for you. That is what we can do together as a team. And more so, when we are going to have our young people around until next year, I said is a grace period. Let them take them to a journey of self-discovery. I want to challenge all the third order members, wherever you are, all those who are listening to me, that we can do it. Let's start connecting with the young people, allowing them to say what they want, directing them because they are secure in our hands, and because they trust us, we lead them. I hope you have gotten the 10 points. Let me repeat them quickly before I take your questions. Point number 1, we said we recognize the tears around us. Number 2, the innocent who are suffering. Number 3, the role of parenting. Number 4, we realize the nature of the young people. Number 5, we seek support. And number 6, we create understanding on the people we want to help. Number 7, we create a bonding. On this, we create a bonding that is faith-based. And number 8, we remain committed in helping the young and those who are around us. And number 9, we always take courage in ensuring we are carrying the cross that we have chosen. And lastly, we carry that cross without giving up until we give it up to Him. That is all in chapter 2 of this book. Change your perception to help the young. And I want to believe that will change you and the people around you.